Okay. Thank you, Trevor, for that one. All right, that better?
I just got a little thing that we're live on Facebook. A little alert.
All right.
Oh yeah.
We're in the Thunderdome with that microphone, Myra.
Yeah, see, that's all you guys got, those blue snowballs, right? Yeah, see, this Yeti, just as bad. And so that's why I actually had to hang it with the shock mount, because if I was like typing on my keyboard while gaming shit, it was like,
It's pretty slick,
just like bass drops.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually bring you guys off of it real quick. And then you guys will be backstage when we start off.
All right, cool.
All right. Strizzy, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Hey, everybody. Welcome along. Welcome along. We're going to start in just a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Here we go. Yo,
good, brother. Speaking of much, man. I was laughing. I was at our theme song, and the last part, saying opening up our eyes. So, welcome back, Slackers. Episode 40, guys. It's your boy Strizzy. I'm a co-host here. AW in the building.
What's good?
As you guys know, there's a lot going on in our world today, and you know what I mean. We have a platform and we want to use it to talk about a couple of those things that's going on in this world today. But as always, we're going to keep it all the way 100 and we're going to keep it sports. You know what I mean? That's what we do here. But we thought that we needed to come together as a race, not I don't mean by, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. I mean, as a human race, and talk about a couple of these things. And our boy AW came through with a super solid statement from SLAC, from us to you guys. And with that being said, my brother, please take it away.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. All right. So before last week's episode of Say Like a Champ, less than 24 hours after George Floyd's murder, we collectively decided that despite our anger and frustration, we would not address the situation during our live broadcast. Say Like a Champ was started as a way for two friends to set aside time to do what we love, sit around and talk about sports together. For some, sports is an ultimate form of entertainment and a way of escaping the harsh realities of life. As fans, we can pour our emotions into rooting for a team, a city, a player, or even a logo behind the ultimate cause of winning. Right now, over the past 10 days, our emotions, alongside so many others, are being poured out in very different ways that are too overwhelming to ignore. As a show run by people of color, we feel a responsibility to speak on what's happening right now. With the understanding that SLAC is a sports show and that we are by no means experts in civic justice, we will speak as we can from our own perspective. What happened to George Floyd at the hands of law enforcement is unacceptable on every single level. And yet we have accepted the deaths of so many others that bear his resemblance, all undeserved in their own right, that our society has become nearly complicit in these crimes. Many have decided, as you can see, that this is no longer acceptable. What can change or stop these acts that have been swept under the rug so often that we are now tripping over them? That answer we do not know. But what we do know is that it's everyone's responsibility to do better. everyone's responsibility to be part of the change that is happening right now. We encourage you to use this time of uncertainty to educate yourself on the systematic issues facing people of color across the world and in this country. We implore you to use your means to contribute to change by voting, volunteering time, donating money, or what have you. We insist that you spend time getting to know yourself as an individual and your loved ones on an even deeper level. Use this unprecedented period in our lives, if you can, to have a better comprehension of what world you want to live in and what world you want to leave for the next generations. When interacting with others in your community, please begin with understanding and a peaceful, loving heart, and always, always make it home safe. As said earlier, this show is our stress relief, and we need some of the levity and camaraderie that we get from each other now more than ever. We will proceed with our show respectfully, with the understanding that we are by no means ignoring what's happening. I appreciate you guys listening. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and proceed with our show.
Let's get it.
So as always, we have a lovely special guest. If she's ready to jump on, she's been waiting patiently backstage. Miss Myra May.
What are you doing,
What's good?
Welcome.
Thank you. How are you all?
Doing well, trying to do the best we can for sure.
Absolutely.
And also, before we get deep into our topics, we got to bring along a very special guest for this week.
My boy, let's go.
I'm calling him the slacker of the week for sure.
For sure. Bring him in.
Mr. Slacker of the week?
Yeah,
I feel like I at least got employee of the month down. Come on.
I want a plaque. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I got Tony right here, actually.
What's that?
It's close enough.
Oh, there you go.
There
you go. We're happy to see him in a happy home for sure. All right. Okay, so we usually do our checking in. I think that was kind of our checking in for right now. We can talk cleanups of the week. I don't know though if we.
I don't think we had any last week. I think last week we were good.
Were we 100 for 100 completion on no cleanups?
I think so. I think we were good. I think everything that we probably could have questioned, I think we actually fact checked ourselves during the episode. So I think we're okay.
Look at us.
I know we're learning. You know what I'm saying? We're learning.
Well, it's really just me. I'm usually the one that screws that up. So. But yeah, y'all got me back.
Man, it's me too, man. I remember a couple episodes ago, I think I got like Larry Fitzgerald and another Fitzgerald mixed up or something like that on one of our shows. But yeah, man, it's all of us. You know what I'm saying? When the cameras come on, you know what I'm saying, things get a little bit a little anxious.
Yeah. I always forget people's names when we're on camera.
Seriously,
like, what's his last name?
But we got each other's back though, no doubt.
There we go. Absolutely. That's what matters.
All right. So also thank you everybody for joining in. We appreciate everybody. Our super producer Marcus will be along. He's hovering around the studio, but he's got some duties to take care of this evening, so he'll be along for us. But I think we'll just jump into our NFL talk then real quick. So one thing is there's not really too much NFL talk, honestly, but there was a memo that was sent to teams from Roger Goodell that said the coaching staff can be returning to club facilities beginning Friday, June 5th. So that's what's up. And then players seeking treatment can go into the facilities, but no one else for right now. So that's pretty cool. I guess that's a step forward. I guess I just wondering what you guys' thoughts on the NFL. I mean, it looks like they're gonna go as planned. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, it's a positive sign. It's looking like progress. The sooner that we can get players back into the facilities, full-blown training, we can get some practices going, then it'll actually start looking like a legitimate push that we might actually have an NFL season.
Right.
I agree with you, Trevor. Just as the NBA has progressively moved forward, and I know we'll talk about that in just a second, this does give promising light and hope to us football fans that we will start NFL season in a timely manner, the way which was originally anticipated. So yeah, this kind of gives us like a positive notion in moving forward that NFL move forward with the season starting.
For sure.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree with you both, actually. I think we talked about this a while ago, back in like March or April when the first lockdown happened. We were talking about we weren't really 100% sure like what was going to happen, like how long this could possibly go. And at that point in time, like they were talking about seasons not starting until 2021,
right?
Possibly, right? Or like September, October at the absolute earliest. So we were in fear that the NFL season might not start. And, that would kind of suck for us because one of the biggest reasons why I'm looking forward to the NFL season is the start of it's our 1-year anniversary. You know what I mean? So yeah. So for me, that's a big deal. Like AW said at the beginning of the show, like this was I didn't think we'd take it this far, honestly. You know what I mean? Like this is a big deal to me. Something that I love doing. Talking sports with friends and family is always something that we love and enjoy doing, and being able to do that with the NFL season starting is just going to allow us to keep going and keep moving. So it's a big deal. It's definitely a big deal.
I didn't realize that would be the 1-year anniversary. I'm always so fixated on like the start of football season. It's my birthday week. Birthday week, football season starts. But that's two really awesome things to celebrate this year. 1 year of SLAC and then birthday weekend, of course. But that's super awesome.
I can't believe it's episode 40 already. It's been flying by.
I know.
But my only other question on NFL really is just how they're going to do the fans. I hope they find a way to put fans like in certain sections, maybe small blocks of fans, and like, you could even have people like enter from different entrances based on your seat number and try to like maybe get an experience for some fans. I think that would be dope. But either way, I just need to see it, even if there's no fans.
Yeah, has there even been talks about how to open up the stadiums and allow any fans? From what I've seen, all the sports that are currently, trying to come back, it's all been no fans regardless.
Well, there was one soccer, I think it was soccer and another in one of the European leagues that they were saying like 150 people or something like that, where it's like
150
it's
people.
Still not really, it's not, but I'm saying like, hey, you could
so those tickets are out of my price range.
Well, you could do some type of thing where it's like $25 buys you a raffle ticket, but it's also a donation, and everybody, only 150 people win, but you can maybe generate some money like that and give people a cool experience. But if they do just go on the open market, that'll be very pricey, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I have like two things that run through my head very often. As we're moving forward with certain events opening up, one thing first is, where are we with the Rona? Like, there's so much going on in the world right now.
Right.
Everything that we have been told to take care of ourselves is not happening. Like the social distancing, we're like all over the place right now. So I just wonder, like what are going to be the effects of that? And will that affect sports moving forward? Just because we're also anxious to get sports back, and here some things are opening up, but we kind of don't know the consequences and repercussions of everything that's going on right now. So that's one of the things I think of. And then secondly, I know we love when our fans interact with us and Slackers interact with us. Anthony brought up a good point. He said, I hope they do something where they film, they stream training camp for fans if they can't attend. One of the other things that I think of is, for instance, when you go to the doctor's office right now, like they're literally enforcing the 6 feet social distancing. So perhaps, not 150 tickets, but if you can create a safe barrier or like spatial distance apart, you could have a little bit more than 150 people attend a game. I know certain states have opened certain things up to 25% capacity. I mean, does that fit within the realm of sports stadiums? So it's really interesting how they're going to strategize that to actually get fans into seats back to some type of normalcy within sports.
Right.
That's a good point too. I was going to piggyback off of what you and what Anthony had said. How does that work for, say, HBO's Hard Knocks? I know this year, 2020, we were supposed to see the Chargers and the Rams this year for it. So, are they going to get in there? I know Trevor's a Chargers fan, but, are they going to be able to get in there and, and film and record them and get these episodes out? Or are they going to keep them away and distant? That's stuff, it's the small stuff, but like I enjoy watching those things every year. So
absolutely.
That's another thing too, like how we're going to do that. Yeah, it's one of those, like, we talk about all the old school stuff all the time, and that's kind of like old school too. It's been going around for a little while. So that's another thing I enjoy watching before the season actually gets started. Kind of hypes me up before like preseason and stuff.
Right.
So it's pretty cool.
And they always do a good job editing it, putting the music in there and stuff, having them hitting the sled and stuff. Like HBO is top notch with that. So
yeah.
And it's really cool to kind of see like that behind the scenes, right? Like we don't get to see the preparation and the trash talk and the one-on-one. So it's really cool to have that insight from the back end there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things that made like The Last Dance so cool to see, like the gambling on the airplane, the BSing in the ice baths and stuff like that. Just all that background stuff that we don't see. It doesn't make it to NBC on a Sunday night game.
When Larry Bird walks up and he's like, "You bitch, you," and all this stuff.
Right.
Exactly. It's so funny.
Yeah, seriously.
So beat your ass as a player and as a coach.
Yeah, it's like
come on.
Dang, like it's funny the way they interacted. But all right, cool. So I guess the only other thing we had for NFL was we had our we're gonna do our NFL time capsule.
Yeah.
So are you guys ready for this? Dun-dun-dun. We're gonna make some really early picks on the week 1 of the NFL season. We're gonna put it in our SLAC time capsule and we're gonna send it forward and we're gonna check on it when we come back around in week 1. So this should be kind of fun, kind of interesting since there's not much NFL to talk about. We might as well speculate. So
might as well. Make some predictions.
Yeah,
I mean, we speculated about the NBA Finals, although they're actually going to happen now potentially.
Right, we're going to go back to our SLAC simulator too and see how accurate we were for sure. All right,
although the matchups might change. That's the only thing.
True. Okay, so I split this 4 ways. I was going to try to be Alex Trebek and do the hosting, and I was going to let Marcus do one, but we'll just go around. So I'll just call him out, and we're going to go kind of in a circle. I tried to line it up with our team, so it'd be kind of fair to us. So starting off, ladies first, we have Myra picking Houston versus Kansas City on the Thursday Night Football.
Houston at Kansas City. I called this when I talked about my Houston Texans. I'm definitely going to break my heart and not go with the Houston Texans on this one. I'm going to call Kansas City Chiefs, reigning champs in Kansas City for week 1.
Yeah, that's like, Super Bowl ring night or whatever. They always get to do that. So
it's super hard to win in Arrowhead as it is.
Right.
As it is. And then what weapons does Houston have right now?
They still got Deshaun Watson.
I was going to say they got David Johnson.
Hey, y'all keep sleeping on Randall Cobb. Don't do that. All right. So next is I'm going to take this next one. Seattle Seahawks at Atlanta. I think the Seahawks get it done. Russell Wilson, he's a great leader. He'll go down there and probably figure it out. Atlanta did show great signs surging late in the year, and it is always hard to predict that first game, but I think Seattle's pretty solid. They have continuity, so they'll probably get it done. So I'm going to go with Seattle on that one. Next, Trevor, we have the New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills.
Have to take Buffalo on that one. They're a good team. I think they're going to be a contender in that division this year, especially with who knows what kind of Patriots we're going to see come out. I mean, they were good last year and not much change in their offseason.
Yeah. Okay, no, I got you. I'm with you on that for sure. Strizzy, you're next with the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions.
This one's actually kind of tough because both of these teams got a lot of changes over the offseason. Detroit got a lot of acquisitions on the defensive side, so I think that's really big for them. But I think with Matt Stafford coming back healthy, I think I'm going to take Detroit at home. Chicago,
and they got 52. They got the Bulldogs.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know, man. Chicago, they got to pick between Foles and Trubisky. That's going to be something. So I think Chicago might start off a little bit slow. So I'm taking Detroit at home.
All right. Okay. Next, we're back to Myra with Green Bay Packers at Minnesota Vikings.
I'm actually going to go with Green Bay on this one. I always have an issue with Aaron Rodgers, but we cannot deny him and how he gets things done. The fact with the shakeup there at quarterback this year and him having that fuel lighted beneath him, I think they're going to come out firing in week 1. So I'm going to call Green Bay on this one.
All right. So next, we got Marcus with Miami at New England. So I'm taking this one. Oh man, this is really tough. I think Jared Stidham will be decent because they got to look at him all last year and they didn't make any moves. I know they're strapped at quarterback, and so that's part of what might be fueling that. But I think that they'll be okay. But at the same time, Miami, I love Miami. I love Brian Flores as a coach. I think they're a pretty dope up and coming team. And will this be like a changing of the guard moment because they beat them in the last game of the season last year, and now can they do it, to start off the Tom Brady-less era in New England? So I'm going to go with the fun pick. I'm going to go with Miami on the road in a little bit of a shocker. Even though nobody prepares like Bill Belichick, I think Miami might surprise them and get them. So I'm going with Miami.
They're sparked, man. Yeah, they're sparked. I think they're gonna come out like hot next year. They're sparked.
Yeah, should be fun. All right. Next, we have Trevor with the Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Redskins.
That's tough because both these teams are pretty abysmal. Man, I mean, I guess the easy pick there would probably be Philadelphia. I just don't think Washington's got it going on. I mean, they made a good move in getting rid of Jay Gruden last year, but I don't think enough has changed there for them to really start winning games, especially against their division. So, yeah, right. Going Philly.
Eagles. Okay. Strizzy.
Man, you're already
got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Carolina Panthers. How did that fall to you? That's crazy. Okay.
I know, right? That's wild out here. Y'all wild. Wild out here. Funny. So it's funny because Las Vegas is a new team. They got the super nice state-of-the-art new stadium, but this game is not in Las Vegas. It is in Carolina. And I'm picking Carolina, but it's kind of crazy though because we have no idea what the team's going to look like. The team looks so different. Some of our primary offensive weapons are coming back for this year, but we also added a couple too, with Teddy coming in for sure. So and completely revamped coaching staff, but I'm still taking Carolina. I think they'll get it at home. I think Las Vegas wins their first game at home though.
Okay, so it's the Temple Carolina Bears or whatever.
pretty much.
That's who you're picking.
Pretty much.
Yo, what it do?
Yes.
What up?
What up, dude?
You ready? You with us?
Sorry I'm late, man.
No worries. Everything going all right? How's your day going?
It's going, man. It's going.
Keeping it moving as always, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're almost up, okay? We left a special pick for you, okay?
Oh, man. Hey, I'm sorry. what we doing? Picking like
we're just picking. This is week one. We're just doing this. We're gonna put it. We're gonna do week one just for fun, since there's not much to talk about, and we're putting in a little time capsule, and we're gonna review it later on this year.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So it's just the way too early prediction, basically, just for fun. So
super early.
So Strizzy just took the Panthers over the Las Vegas Raiders, and now we're back at Myra with the Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I kind of figured that this was coming to me, and I sat here like, who the hell would I pick in this matchup? Indianapolis Colts at Jacksonville. I kind of feel like Trevor on his last pick, like, any, mini, miny, mo. Just kidding.
But Phillip Rivers, it's the start of the Phillip Rivers era.
Yep.
That should be pretty interesting.
I mean, T.Y. Hilton is usually healthy, for the first 3 games.
Or at least the first
downhill after that.
At least the first quarter.
You guys are a mess. I'm going to call Indianapolis on this. Jacksonville's had way too many movements. So I'm going to call the Colts on this one.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to move up to Marcus with the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore easily on that one. They at home. Lamar Jackson going to show out,
Do his thug dizzle again, yeah?
Yeah, I think that'll be, I say, a 35-17 score on that one.
Oh,
give us the score too. I love it, brother. I love it. I'm marking it down. My record keeping is not the best, but I'm gonna try. You know what I'm saying?
It's A1.
By the way, Anthony says the Jags are in tank for Lawrence mode. Darn right. Looks like
talk
it.
About they got Minshew, man.
Minshew mania. Okay, Trevor. Oh, imagine this: the LA Chargers at the Cincinnati Bengals. To Trevor.
I don't have the Chargers winning a lot of games this year, but damn it, this is one of them. I think we win this game. I mean,
that's their new guy and everything, though. Even though the draft pick and the hype,
I don't care which quarterback it is, really. If it's Tyrod Taylor, if it's Justin Herbert, I think either way, especially with our entire healthy defense right now, we have enough for Cincinnati. Now, fast forward about 6 weeks when everyone starts getting hurt, per usual. Different conversation, but I think healthy week 1 Chargers has enough for Cincinnati.
Okay.
Or else I won't be watching very many football games this year.
You just be watching other teams. All right. Strizzy, the Tom Brady Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints with our friend Drew Brees.
Oh man, hey, this game a tie, son. This game, this game's a tie. They're gonna tie. No, just kidding. Actually,
It could go to overtime and tie, but no.
I hate both these teams, so I'm calling a tie. Can they both lose?
No,
but they can tie. That would be a bold prediction to take on one of these, that someone's going to tie.
At Vegas, you'll be hitting a big number on that.
No kidding. Actually, though, I want to take Tampa on this one. I think the Tom Brady era is going to start in full force. I don't think they're going to have a lot of growing pains. And I think New Orleans right now, they're a little unsettled. You know what I mean? I know, want to get into it too much, but Brees came out with the apology, stuff like that. So hopefully they're mending some wounds right now. But I think Tampa Bay just comes in full force. Gronk's back. He has in my opinion, the best wide receiver duo in the league.
He's another one that'll only maybe be healthy for the first little bit, and then he'll have to heal up and get ready for the playoffs.
For sure. But yeah,
I think a follow-up question on that too is, what do you think Gronk is going to do?
Not much.
No,
What?
We'll see.
I mean, he just lost his 24/7 title in WWE, so he's got nothing but time to focus on football now.
Right?
I want
WWE time
in and have the time of his life again. Just because his last complaint was like football was boring with the Patriots, I think he's going to be like reinvigorated and re-inspired, and I think he's going to have fun this season.
It depends too if OJ Mayo. I say OJ Mayo is OJ Howard going to be there too, because if he's there, I think he has no pressure on him to do his thing. But if he's not there, I think he want to do a lot, and he might kind of like do too much and get hurt again. So hopefully OJ Howard stays there. They kind of get the push off of him. He can be himself and kill.
Something about Florida Gronk scares me though too. Like I'm getting like Dennis Rodman vibes.
No, I don't know.
Wild out.
But I did want to say I do agree with Marcus. Like I hope they keep OJ Howard from Alabama, but it seems like they had a problem with him or something. They were trying to get rid of him, and I think if they do, Gronk will break down if they ask him to do too much. They should just use him as a specialist in the right times,
Yeah, because that goal line with them two on the goal line with those big receivers,
it's unstoppable.
That's crazy, man.
Do you remember what the Patriots did when they had double? And then
exactly.
Dude, when they had Hernandez and Gronk, it was crazy.
Well, and then they were also throwing to Nate Soldier as well at that time too. So they had these three colossal men just going out.
Can't cover. Yeah,
seriously, dude, it's crazy.
Or if they stacked them all on the line, anyone and their mother could run behind them.
Right.
This receiving core down there.
Yeah, they do have a great one.
Well, you got Mike Evans
and Godwin. They were tearing it up last year with famous Jameis.
Yeah, they were both 1,200 yard receivers.
They led the league in the offense. So
right, but the only thing is, I don't know if we're getting so sidetracked, but I don't know if Tom Brady can throw the ball down the field like Jameis did. And I still don't think it's fair that he got such a bad rap for the interceptions, because they were just airing out offense and doing a lot of 50-50 balls. So, what's going to happen,
Trust me, Tom, if he can do it, he'll be fine.
He'll figure it out.
I don't think he's going to air it out.
Remember, he had Randy Moss, so he knows how to throw it up there.
That was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't mean anything.
All right, Myra.
My defense to that, Tom Brady is a quarterback who's in between the ears. He has the mental. I don't think he throws things up that he knows he's not going to make it there. So
he never had the receiving core either.
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting for
trust
sure.
Me, they'll be fine.
All right, Myra, we got you for Arizona Cardinals at San Francisco 49ers.
Oh yeah, that's Myra. Yeah.
Me, Arizona at San Francisco. I'm going to take San Francisco on this one. I rode with San Francisco all last year. I kind of feel like this is going to be a redemption year for them to make some moves. They had some impressive changes there on the offensive side as well as the defensive side, pickups in this draft. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to call San Francisco on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got you down.
But my boy, Arizona now.
Huh?
Yeah, that's going to be a good game. We got D-Hop in Arizona now.
All right. So next up, I'm so glad you're here for this, Mad Marcus. The Dallas Cowboys at the Los Angeles Rams for the Sunday night capper of the first Sunday of football.
We win now. When it's the first game, I would say 27-7, and I think they're gonna score at the end of the game and get that 7. So I don't know, man. I think we'll be fine.
Roll on them. Yeah,
I think we'll be fine. And I'm gonna say this: Dak or Dalton. I think we still win big. So hey, we'll see.
Yeah. No, I'm trying not to get excited. I'm not trying to, be too hype, but the offense should be crazy and the defense should be solid. It should be enough.
But offense gonna win the season for us. Defense ain't gonna.
That's what I'm saying. Just solid enough. You know what I'm saying?
So who replaced Gurley for the Browns? I ain't never checked that.
They're still riding with Henderson and
Brown.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, Malcolm Brown.
Wow. They ain't picked nobody up.
No, we'll have to check that. I'll have to check that right now. But I don't think so.
There's no way you got rid of Gurley. You don't keep the people you have.
I don't remember them. I honestly don't remember them signing anybody. I don't know. I mean, they probably took somebody maybe later in the rounds.
Oh, okay.
But I don't really remember, honestly.
I'm about to fact.
So
Trevor,
they took Cam Akers from Florida State.
Oh, Florida State. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He can run that ball.
He can Darrell Henderson.
That dude had a lot of carries, though, actually, Akers. So we'll see. Okay. But next, we're back to Trevor with Pittsburgh at the New York Giants for the first game of Monday night. It was an interesting matchup here.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I think it's lopsided. I think it's Pittsburgh. I mean, healthy Pittsburgh, Big Ben back. Yeah, I still think it's lopsided. But I mean, we'll see.
I have a feeling Jason Garrett's going to open that offense up in a way. I think they're gonna fool around and be good now that he only has to focus on being an offensive coordinator. Because
he was a good coordinator, so you never know. But I would say I don't trust Big Ben. I don't trust him, man. Like him coming back and being that guy.
But Mike Tomlin is pretty dope, though.
It's a talented offense they have, and then they got Ebron this year in free agency. So they finally have a tight end that's competent.
Right. He hasn't lived up to the hype that he's supposed to have been, though. I think he had one good year with the
Colts.
The Colts, but I think he should have been better than he's doing right now.
Oh, Ebron definitely.
Because the Detroit line, he should have been that guy. He should have been dominating, but he never really.
He was always hurt though, too. I mean, he's been in and out of concussion protocol.
Wasn't there another tight end in Detroit at the same time though? I feel like there was another one that he was splitting time with.
He was.
No, the guy last year for Detroit, the rookie, did great. Maybe that messed you up.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think he had
Hawkinson.
Yeah, he killed, but I don't think he had nobody there with him though when he was there.
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh no. All
right, but last but not least, Strizzy, you got the Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. I had to drop the banner real quick so we can see the bottom. I tried to fix it, but I can't scroll it up anymore. So sorry, guys, about that.
This one's interesting too. I still don't know what Denver has offensively. And because of that, I got to take Tennessee. I think they kind of pick up from where they left off last year. I think teams are going to play them a little bit differently, though, because I think Tennessee kind of took the AFC by storm last year, especially towards the end of the season. But I do think Tennessee still wins this game. The team hasn't changed very, very much, so they have enough to get past Denver. Denver still has a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah. I love that quarterback still, though, Denver quarterback, because he was like –
oh yeah, he was going hard with he goes hard for his city. Put on for my city.
Yeah, man.
And that's Missouri boy. Shout out to all my family in Columbia, Missouri, and shout out to my Mizzou Tiger fam. So I'm rooting for him.
Weston, he's a big Mizzou guy.
Yeah, and he's on here too.
I need to win my division.
I don't know if Anthony and I ever talked about Mizzou though. We're gonna have to talk about that. MIZZOU. See, I know what's going on. I got my Kellen Winslow Senior jersey in there.
That's a classic.
All right, so that was fun. So we'll seal that up. I'm gonna rip this page off the notepad, and we'll send it into the future.
Don't do that. You can scan a copy and put it on your desktop because Lord knows what happens with papers.
I'm old school. I got the pen and pad still. I'm crazy with it, but But okay, so we'll move on to what's next? Oh, other sports talk. Okay, let's talk about stuff real quick. First up, I had MLB. So MLB rejected the players' proposal for a 114-game regular season with no additional salary cuts. They said they would not send a counter to this offer, and they also are now proposing a shorter season, like maybe 50 games. I think this is a shame. It's clear that the owners are trying to protect themselves against losses, but it's really looking sad. I might not be able to wear my new Royals jersey. Trevor, I see you got your Padres on, so I want you to go first on this one. How are you feeling about baseball right now?
I am sad, which is why I've been wearing all my baseball shit all week. It's looking hopeless. Like I said, 114 game seasons with the owners. The players proposed, owners didn't want it. Obviously, they're trying to have the least amount of games to mitigate the losses of empty stadiums. But, I feel like some games is better than no games because they got to put a product on the field or they're just going to keep losing money. And it's going to carry over into the following season because people are going to be jaded, whether that becomes player contracts or just fan turnouts if stadiums ever do potentially open up. I mean, they got to find a way to meet somewhere in the middle, give the players their 100% prorated salary, but get some, effective amount of games on the field.
Right. Because they're just digging themselves, like they're making a bigger hill to climb back if they really don't get something going now.
Yeah, some games is better than no games, that's for sure.
But still, 50 is 50. Come on,
50 is
takes 5-6 weeks. Like that's not even like that's like a little tour, like that's not enough.
Right, especially if you're playing full blown like series, 3-4 game series of teams, you won't even make it through the whole rotation of all the teams,
right?
Yep. Or if you do, you'll play them once, and that's that.
I know. It feels like they darn near play 50 games like in spring training. I know they don't, but I mean they play for 30 days and they play split squad sometimes. It's so I don't know, but I know. I mean it makes sense that the owners are basically saying the 50 games because they figure that's the way they can pay their salary and still set at a certain number. But it's rough for the little players and also I mean for the big players too. Like Mike Trout's supposed to be making $35 million this year. Like I'm sure he wants more bread than what he's looking at right now. So it's crazy
Machado, though. Machado and what's his face that was a national. They're supposed to be bankrolling this year too.
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine thinking you're getting $35 million this year and then that is like cut off entirely?
And then you get crazy. 7?
Right. And Anthony's right on it though. Philly's owner is trying to figure out how to pay Harper.
Yep.
Crazy.
They gave him a big contract that they probably can't afford. That's like when was it the Rangers had A-Rod on a contract that they literally had to sell out the stadium just to be able to afford to pay A-Rod, which is why the rest of the roster was so awful.
I loved A-Rod, man. I was like, I saw him his rookie year coming up. We went to the Peoria Sports Complex all the time to watch the Mariners spring training. My mom would take me, and they had a squad. They had Griffey, A-Rod, Edgar Martinez, Jay Buhner, Randy Johnson. They had a whole squad, and they were a great team. So I always loved A-Rod, especially his name is the same as mine, Alex. So that helps too. But I remember when he got that big money, like $250. Oh man, it was crazy. Like that was wild. So just so long ago too. That's crazy
like
how
back
you get the money back then.
Yeah, it was colossal money then.
Yeah. But I don't know. And I think it will be a shame if they don't do anything, but we'll see. I don't see them making any traction. So
I feel bad for people whose first sport is baseball. Like baseball is not my first sport. I just watch baseball once we get to playoffs and the World Series. But I really feel bad for people who had no baseball whatsoever this year and are in the possibility of having no baseball at all. I do kind of understand, what Trevor's saying. Like it's better to put a product out there and have lesser games than not have it at all. But that's horrible for baseball fans. Like I really feel for you all. Like I don't know how you're making it right now.
Like we're not making it. We're not making it.
That's the biggest part of my travel. I had, 5 stadiums I was going to go to. I had all my trips planned out, and the last one was supposed to be in a couple of weeks. Actually, my mom and I were going to go to Toronto, like in the later part of June. So,
your mom's message was so sweet. Like, we're probably going to go to that stadium.
That's our thing. Because we travel together a lot and we explore different places and we have lots of different experiences together. So it's cool.
Anthony, he said MLB the show. He said pick them sticks.
I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't.
He said pick them sticks.
This is the only way. My dad actually is pretty dope on MLB the show. He's got a
really.
Yeah, he's got a Royals franchise, and he plays a Mets franchise every once in a while.
That's crazy.
But
my dad play video games.
My dad knows so much about baseball, and he loves like the little the little tactics of like switching your lineup and all this stuff. He was funny. He was talking about he's like on the new game. He keeps forgetting that they have to face 3 batters, like so he can't bring in his bullpen like just for 1 batter or like a lefty specialist. So he's dope with it. Like he's really tight with it. So
hey, are we still gonna think about doing that segment with your dad so people come on and he can like try to argue with him? He kill him.
Yeah, I want to do a segment debate my dad because my dad goes hard. The only thing is, if anybody does come on to debate him, you can't have no soft feelings. Like it's no holds bar. My dad doesn't pull any punches. So
I can't wait.
It'd be a star like right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of these days, for sure.
Maybe in the future though, we should have him pop in and say something though.
Yeah, that'll be tight.
Yeah.
We have to poll our slackers and like get debate questions together and give people like time frames.
Yeah.
Like, and go.
Right. But I was thinking about maybe even having it maybe like a little for him to make sure he's comfortable and stuff. Maybe we would film it like do a separate one where we just like kind of record it through StreamYard, but don't do the live broadcast and just kind of put it together. So we might. I think we could definitely do something. I think it would be dope. My dad is awesome. He's really cool. So
he is.
Strizzy knows. So
I know that's my guy, man. Like. Sometimes
so funny.
It's funny, like when I'm hanging out with you and your pops, dude. Like sometimes I forget that he's your dad. Like I'd be in there chilling with y'all, just having fun, cracking jokes and stuff, and be like, man, I'd be forgetting this is your dad, dude. Like,
right?
He's cool, man. He's so down to earth, and it's all love at the end of the day. Like I said, but you can't, like you said, you can't come in there with a weak backbone because he gonna tear you up. Like he gonna tear you up.
Yeah. So, all right. We can skip past this real quick, but the NHL, they do have their return plan set. They're going to do a little tournament. They have the plan figured out, but they just don't have a date set. They're kind of waiting to see when they're like laying in wait to see when to strike. But it looks like that will happen. That should be pretty cool. Colorado Avalanche are my team. I'm hoping they're like the 2 seed in the West, I think. So I'm hoping that they make it. But do y'all watch hockey at all? I can't remember if we've ever talked about hockey too much.
I watch a little bit of
The playoffs is where it's at, really. So
yeah,
and the Coyotes got to limp in or whatever. They're like near the bottom of that like 20 team list.
Get out the Coyotes, man.
So the thing is,
just have to be there. That's all.
I got the old school like Kachina Coyotes jersey. I do like that. But for me, unfortunately, I just really only go when I'm trying to see the away team. And it's kind of like the Suns with me too. Unfortunately,
that's messed up, man.
I gotta be honest though.
I watch hockey highlights, and my favorite will beat each other's ass. Like I'm not.
But another part to that playoff thing, though, is they are trying to work out the venue still. That's what they're trying to centralize on one place.
Yeah, I think they said they were going to pick 2 hub cities, like one for the East and one for the West. But they have a list of like 14 different places, so they haven't narrowed it down enough. Phoenix is not one, no.
No.
So, but I think they figure we'll be busy with all this other stuff. So maybe with baseball, maybe. So the last thing I wanted to touch about is kind of selfish for me, but JT Daniels. I don't know if you guys know about this, but JT Daniels from USC, he's a former 5-star recruit. He did transfer to UGA over the last week, last week. And like, man, that's crazy, man. Because I wanted to see Jamie Newman, obviously, and JT Daniels might not even get the waiver to play this year, so we still might have 1 year of Jamie Newman and then JT Daniels. But this dude, JT Daniels, is like low key beast. He actually graduated high school in 3 years, and he played as a true freshman at USC when he was really supposed to be a senior in high school.
That's crazy.
And he didn't have the best year that year, and then last year I think he got hurt. I think he might have even. Did he tear his ACL or something? He got something serious. Yeah, and he missed like half the season. But now he's coming to UGA. I'm like, dang, Kirby Smart's trying to like load up and really get this done soon. So I was very happy about that. That could have major implications, or maybe not. Well, no, we don't know really. But at least we know he's got 3 years of eligibility. And then that would be dope. So he'll be here even next year. So we'll see what happens with that. But I definitely wanted to mention that.
George,
he was Rivals #1 before he reclassified for 2018.
Yeah, he was still like so high, even though he reclassified, which is crazy. So he came in firing out of LaSalle High School, I think it was. So But Strizzy, were you gonna say anything else, or no? You're good.
No, I was just saying, like, is this Georgia trying to get over that hump? You know, they've been so close over the last 2-3 years, and just doing what it takes to get those right recruits in to get the job done.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I think we can jump into NBA talk. Dun 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 dun. So we did have the big news. Does anybody want to announce the big news or kind of?
We're going to Disney World.
No, most definitely. So the NBA finally is official. We're going to be back starting July 31st, going in through October 12th. They're inviting 22 teams, 13 Western teams, and 9 Eastern teams. And so they'll do 8 regular season games to fight for the 8th seeds on both sides. I think with the 13 Western teams, it's because the bottom, 9 through 12, I think it is, we're so close into getting to the 8th seed. So they'll do like a playoff system for the 8th seed or something like that. So should actually be interesting. We'll see. Again, we talk about all the time. I'm a old school cat. I kind of like for me, it would have been cool if maybe there's some exhibition games to kind of get back into things. But I would have been fine if the 1 through 8 on both sides just started to started 31st.
It's kind of weird that it's 13.
Yes, let's go.
And then you got the Suns who made it in. Like, what in the world?
It's kind of interesting.
They're gonna win the championship now. Watch.
But I think part of it too, though, is maybe they're just. I mean, they want to have every team play those 8 games to kind of work up a lather a little bit and get knock the rust off. So that's more teams in there to compete with too. I'm just interested to see how this little mini schedule works out.
I'm with Damian Lillard, though. I'm with him. Ain't wasting my time playing this game. I wouldn't play either. I'll pull it. Soon as they do a jump ball, I'll pull a hammy. God.
They're number 9 though. They got a chance to actually get in though. So,
would you rather play in the NBA's altered season or pull a hammy?
You're getting paid either way.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out. It's going to be interesting, I think, but I am glad that there's a date we can look forward to.
Right, that's a great thing.
Something hard on.
I think it's going to be exciting too, man. I really think it is, man. Even though people say it's going to be an asterisk by it, I don't really think so. I think if it's exciting and everything, I think it'll be like we'll always remember this championship, you know?
Right.
I think it'll be different. I don't think it'll be an asterisk by it, even though it's not the same thing, but whoever wins this is going to be you have to be focused and determined to win this. So I think it's harder now to do it. So
it might even be harder. I think this will be a harder championship to win, in my opinion.
Yeah, it will be.
You think about it. Like there's no home court advantage this year. You know what I mean? In all honesty, seeding means absolutely nothing at this point.
Yeah,
you're gonna go and you're gonna play these games, and you're gonna have to find when you're down 20 points or whatever.
Man,
how are you going to make a run? Yeah,
exactly. You don't have that crowd behind you on these home games, basically saying like, "Yo, let's do it. Get behind them, make some noise, let's get them rolling again." You don't have that. So you're gonna have to find it deep within yourself to make up that 20-point deficit and go on to win the game.
You quit when you up down 20, like we ain't coming back from this.
And let's keep it real. Only a handful of players have honestly probably been doing what they need to do to stay in game shape.
True.
You know what I mean? Lifting
or at least
weights
they've done enough for social media. Well, we don't know what they're really doing all the time.
Hey, they turn the cameras on, bench press a couple of times, and then turn the cameras off. Like, oh, cool, I'm done for the day.
James Harden lost 20, man. So
that's sweat on him. No, James Harden's been working. Yeah,
because I think he knew, we might get basketball back, so they really had to go in there and start doing some work. So I think this 2 months, all of June and basically all of July is like, okay, look, we gonna start. Like, it's that time for y'all to get back into some game shape because we're starting.
Yeah,
I think I saw some report that Jokic has abs or whatever. I can't remember
I saw that.
Page was it posted like Sports Center or something like that. I was like, damn, he must have lost a lot of weight then.
For real, is out with the dad bod.
So what they do? Do they wear practice jerseys, and when you get to the playoffs, you wear real jerseys? How is it gonna work? Because that's gonna be kind of weird. Like you gonna wear your full regular uniform? Like,
why not?
No, because to me it's gonna be like practice. It's gonna be like a summer league thing. I'm just saying.
Well, no, those games are gonna count.
I know they don't count, but what I'm saying is when you get to the Final Four, or whatever, that's when you should bring out your full gear.
You want to see them ramp up?
You shouldn't be allowed to wear your regular gear doing the little
games for until the Final Four.
When you get in there, that's when you pull out your arm. No accessories or nothing. just shorts and jersey doing the pre, and then you make it to the big, like the Final Four. You get to wear your accessories and your headbands like that.
They playing in the Kobe practice. They playing the Kobe practice sweats with the tucked in shirt.
Yeah.
Versus Skins during the pregame.
Let's make it look something to look forward to.
Anthony brings up a good question though. He says, my question is, what happens for next season? Usually the regular season starts in October. I was wondering this too, because
you have a long break. Let's go back. It start regular time.
It's supposed to go through October 22nd or something.
The playoffs?
October 12th.
October 12th. Okay.
Yeah.
So from July to October.
That pushes back the regular season. They're going to start time the next season until December.
Oh,
even that's a quick turnaround.
They're not doing anything right now anyway, so it's no turnaround for them.
True. Yeah, the other teams are going to be fine. Those other 8 teams or whatever.
That's going to really suck. That's going to really suck for them though. Like,
when is the draft? Didn't they put that out like October 20?
Oh wait, the draft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
August.
They put a date to the draft and they put a date to the lottery too.
Right, because by then the little 8-game final wrap-up thing will be over with, so they should know the ping pong balls and all that.
That's weird. So no, that must be the original draft date. There's been a revised one.
Oh, okay.
Google's lying, so it's June 25th.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, Google.
IKY.
NBA draft is set for August 25th. The lottery is the 25th. October 15th is the draft.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, it should be. I don't know. I'm kind of ready to see how it goes. I do think that the Disney World people will host it well, and they'll hopefully make it like kind of look entertaining, or at least hopefully the footage will be good. You know, the setup will be nice. So we'll see.
I just want to know if the players have access to Disney World, like late at night. Because I know when we did cheer at Disney World, we had like backstage passes for Disney World. So like,
right.
You need to be focused. You don't know Disney World. I'm like, no, you need to focus.
But see, the thing is too, it's not like when they invite the band down to like play and stuff, like, and it's like a field trip or it's like a it's not like that. You ain't going to Disney World for real.
I'm trying to go down Magic Mountain together. Like, I don't know about you all, but
so during the season or if you win, what are you talking about?
Anytime.
No, like, I'm gonna look at you like, where you going? I'm like, nah, we ain't going there. Nope.
Marcus, you know how many of these boys go out during the season?
And they sat at the club with Mickey and friends after the game.
I want to see Mickey in the stands during the games. I want to see who these
maybe they could come out. Mickey has his own jersey and everything. Actually, he's got his own squad, so he could come out in his jersey.
So who you guys got for the Final Four though? Like, you got off top of your head, who's the Final Four? 2 East, 2 West.
Celtics, Sixers,
Clippers,
and no, I think it's gonna be I don't know. Depends on the seeding, but I think it's gonna be Lakers and Clippers in the West for sure. And in the East, probably the Bucks, and I hope it's Bucks Sixers. That'd be so cool.
What do you think, Marcus, in the West?
Wishful thinking.
I got Rockets, Lakers, and in the East I have the Celtics and the Bucks.
Bucks, I agree with.
Are you gonna go Raptors?
Who's in the East better than the Bucks and the Celtics? Nobody. Toronto. Come on, really? Come on.
If the Heat can make some movement happen,
I don't know. I got to look and see who's healthy for Toronto. That's kind of a.
I think each team too. They should have their main guy should be able to come. Like the Raptors should have, Drake should be able to come and support them. I'm saying
he's a guest list of like 10 people. Yeah,
you're a top.
Well, no, they need
technically Drake's on payroll.
No, but really? they need Naveed, the super fan.
Technically.
Yeah, technically Drake's on payroll.
I can't see you keeping him out. I think he'll be at a game watch.
But they have the other fan. He's more of a fan than Naveed. His name is Naveed, the super fan. He's a bigger fan.
Oh yeah, he got a ring.
They got to bring him. Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, I remember
they gave him one. So they got to bring him.
And they also should do like a Jurassic Park for each team. So your team is playing outside. You should be able to be out there and cheer for them, so you can't go in town. There'll be some to go to too.
I think the drive-in theater type thing.
Yeah, it'd be something cool.
Keep this in mind too. Like July 31st, Kyrie and KD are healthy.
Wait, are they part of the 9?
Play.
Are they part of the 9?
That's a 7. They're 7 right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're in.
That's yes.
Dog, you get 2 months for KD and Kyrie to get to the gym.
That's a goal net. I'm gonna change my thing. I'm gonna say Bucks and Nets now. Take that out.
I don't know if he's gonna play though.
You really think
they're already saying
play?
Why not? What you got to
they're
lose?
already saying he's basically a possibility, like he's cleared or something like that. Like, yeah, they're saying it's a real possibility that KD.
Hey, that would be so dope. Oh, that would be
might as well go out and win it.
For them, so it'd be fun to watch.
He's got 2 months
out.
2 months to ramp up. He's already playing.
He's been practicing and everything too. So
yep, exactly.
Chemistry might be tough.
I don't care about no chemistry right now.
I hate to say it, but KD is an absolute monster. I feel like he's one of those players who's going to come because unfortunately, like a lot of people, even though it doesn't show up in the assist numbers, like people forget how much of a playmaker KD actually is.
Right,
homeboy is a baller. Like he is an assassin with the ball in his hand,
and he's 7 feet tall.
And I love LeBron, but KD's the best player in the world right now. I don't care what nobody say.
He's the best snake on the planet.
He's the best scorer. He's crazy. It's crazy.
It's like what you all talked about earlier. Like, is this going to be like a championship with an asterisk on it? Like, if it is going to be, and if that's like the perspective that the players are taking, why would KD come back now? Like fully
because he's healthy. That's why. That's why he wasn't playing, because he wasn't healthy. If you healthy, let's play.
Yeah. And I think there will be an asterisk, but not necessarily on the team, just on the situation. Yeah. Everybody will remember that this was not normal circumstances, but that doesn't necessarily mean that. I mean, somebody has to win it, and they have to earn it. So
and I think that'll be exciting for the NBA too, to see KD come back when he wasn't supposed to come. That makes more viewers watch now too. Like, we
never thought he would make his debut.
Yeah, that would be kind of. Even though Myra, I kind of agree. I don't think he probably would, but the chances he can do it, that would be exciting.
Yeah,
like,
I would be like,
I wouldn't be surprised if he did put like that. If he doesn't, either way, it's cool. But
after everything that happened,
I think it's good for the NBA, because now he got a chance to even when they didn't have a chance at all to win it. Now you really have a semi chance because who you are. So
yeah,
hey, I don't know, man. It'd be kind of cool to see that.
I think if KD and Kyrie talk, go ahead, sure. I was gonna say, I think if KD and Kyrie talk, because Kyrie had the surgery in February as well on his shoulder. If they talk to each other and they're both basically like, "Yo, I'm 100, you 100, I'm 100, cool. We got 2 months to get our team right." Basketball is basketball, man. Like at the end of the day, like for
they
me,
can at least make a good run at it. Yeah, why not? They're going to be
especially in the East.
Boston.
All right,
best. I don't know. I was gonna say Kyrie, in my opinion, is probably the best point guard in the East right now. KD is easily the best player in the East right now. Healthy KD. So I can't take them out of nothing, man. Like
you got DeAndre Jordan there too. Hey, man.
All right. What about Trevor? What were you going to say real quick, and then we'll wrap up?
Oh, I was just saying on the asterisk topic. Like, I think the only way that a season truly gets an asterisk is if it's like due to something because of the players or the organizations, like a holdout or a collective bargaining agreement not coming in, or lockout, anything like that. When it's actually due to the players or the ownership, that's when I think hey, you could probably put an asterisk. I mean, this is a world occurrence.
Right.
No one could have done anything about this.
Right.
The season got shortened. That's unfortunate, but like AW said, someone's got to go out and win. You got to go put your team on the court, and you got to win through all these series to make it happen.
Right.
So basically, the Raptors last year.
See, that's on the team. You know what I'm saying? Not the situation. So, no, but
yeah, but. I don't know. It might be an asterisk right there. I'll put it asterisk right there by them, because I don't believe they really won if the Warriors was healthy. And we all know
we all would agree with that. So that's but that's more on the team, not the year.
True.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I'm just cracking fun, man.
Yeah, it's not like Kawhi went out there was tearing people's ligaments.
Yeah.
If we're really going to talk about that, then the Rockets should have won the previous year when we had that injury with CP3.
And he ain't KD. Come on, stop it. He wouldn't have made a difference. They still lost. They missed 47 3-pointers. Come on, get out of here. Chris Paul would have made it. He would have added 3 more to that.
Rockets some love, Marcus.
No, I'm not a Chris Paul.
He's being honest.
I'm not a Chris Paul fan. Okay. So.
All right. Before we go, though, I did want to do a special little plug real quick for the Marcus Hall podcast. Above our super producer, you can see his brand, the Marcus Hall podcast, and he had his boy. Oh, where are you
and
going?
as he leaves,
Where you going, dog? Don't try to dip out.
Hey.
I just was hoping that you would speak to us real quick about your special guest the other day. That was really dope content you had. So
it was good.
Come on, talk to us real quick.
Hey, we don't have to be. I don't have to be all up on.
I
here.
want him to see the logo, Marcus Hall podcast up there.
No, but it was cool. I had my one of my high school buddies, man, Kendra Perkins, man. He was on my podcast, and we just talked about how we grew up pretty much. I wanted to, because he's been on ESPN all week, all couple of weeks during this time. He's been on podcasts asking the same questions. So I want to do a different podcast, kind of asking how we grew up, because people where we from, they knew the question, the answers, but people that don't know him, like about his grandmother, how his mom died and how he didn't have his father and his wife, things like that. It was kind of, I want to do a little different, let people know about that, So, because I knew it, but I want other people to know about it. And also, that's my good buddy. Like, I have his number and everything, but I don't bother him a lot. But I wanted to, like, call him, and since we had this little time to do my podcast and chop it up. So, and he also said during the season starts that to call him up and he's gonna be on SLAC and we're gonna ask a couple of questions and he'll kind of he want to do like a when the season starts, kind of like how things going right now. So he'll be on here in a couple of weeks. So we'll call him up and we'll do it. And he said that let's do it in the evening time. So he'll be a special guest. And that's we could do 6 people on here. So we could add one more person on here. And it'll be kind of cool for him and kind of give his thing, because he's going to be there during the time too, so he could probably take it behind the scenes and different like that. What's going on?
Right.
So it'll be like an exclusive podcast. That'd be kind of dope.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that conversation was real awesome. I got to sit there and listen to it after the fact. Wish I caught it live, but yeah, that was just kind of cool hearing that behind the scenes and everything. I only really knew him obviously as a Celtics player, and then a Thunder fan. So during that whole thing, and I will never make a pizza rolls joke ever again.
But yeah, man, no, that was really cool. I encourage everybody to go and listen to that. And Marcus, you're on iTunes and Podbean and everything. Yeah, just wherever you get podcasts, wherever you get our podcast, if you get it, you can go there. So,
yeah. Like I said, look forward to the SLAC when he's gonna be a special guest. So I would say like maybe first week in August. So we'll give him a call and get the time and everything. We'll make a flyer and get it out there, man. But that's gonna be kind of cool to do that. To get like we'll get like some special treatment. He'll tell what's going on out there. So
yeah,
ask him what kind of wine he like. His shirt size. We'll get him a shirt.
That'd be dope.
Have you send that out?
Yeah, that'd be dope. So that'd be cool. Can't wait to do that.
Big special thanks, man. Let him know thank you. Even beforehand from us, we really appreciate it because we know how busy he is. It's not just ESPN. One show he's on. He's doing multiple shows a day. Right. So we definitely appreciate the time taken out of his busy day or night to chat it up with us, and he could be just spending that time with his family. So definitely appreciate it.
I'm glad that he's so cool too, because I kind of have to be honest that like I didn't stop liking him until he left the Celtics.
Right.
Because man, that first their first championship. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't start liking him. I always liked his style because he's dope and he's like a bulldog like that. But I should say I wasn't fully happy for him that he won his ring until after 2010 when the Lakers came back and beat the Celtics. Then I was like, I could be okay.
And the crazy thing about it too, I asked him because I always argue people down. Like if he would have played that game and get that game 7 when he tore the ACL in that series, I said they would have won. But I was talking to him off line. I ain't put it on my podcast. I asked him like, do you really think y'all would have won? He said no. He said we probably would have lost. He said it was just that time. He says Kobe went 6 for 24 that game. They still won. So he said me being in there. He said me being in there. He said I wasn't a scorer. He said I was just a rebounding defensive guy. So he said I wouldn't. He said we went in the fourth quarter of 14. And he said he came back and won the game. So he said I wouldn't have scored on 20 points to help us out. So he said, but I always thought if he would have played, they would have won. But he kind of changed my mind with that. So
that was so stressful, man.
So I was just like, wow. I was hoping that he would have got 2 rings that time, but he didn't. But like I said, he was honest. He said he don't think they would have still lost. So
whatever.
I appreciate the realness. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy as a player to be like, absolutely. Right. When they tore my ACL, we would have smashed them by like 17, 20. You know what I mean? But like Brandon Gilman be like, nah, actually, I don't. Like Kobe was shooting horribly, and we still lost that game. Like that's real talk.
And I still think they would have won if they played them, but because Kobe had 18 rebounds that game, I don't think.
Yeah, you didn't think he'd get as many. He
I don't
did.
think he's 18 with Perk in there, and I'm just saying. So I don't know.
Man, that was so stressful though. It's funny. That was my sister's birthday actually, and she was living in New York at the time, and I was out there visiting with her, and we were gonna go out to dinner. I was like, I'm gonna treat you out to dinner for your birthday. But I shout out to my sister. I love her so much. She's a rider because she waited. We watched the game first before we went out to dinner. I was like, we gotta watch the game. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, this is too important. I can't watch the replay. I was like, we gotta watch this, and then we'll go out and have a great night. Hopefully, an even better night if they win. And it was so stressful, but Sasa Vujacic came up and hit those free throws. It was over after that. Man, it was awesome. And then we went and had a great time. But she was really cool and waited, even though it was her birthday. Because I was like, I'm not missing this. I'm sorry.
No, that's funny because you couldn't watch that game replay. No way. Y'all would have been out for dinner. Everybody and their mama who's a Laker fan in New York.
I would have been out like this, and I would have had a blindfold on.
Blindfold, exactly. It'd have been real bird box in this bitch. It'd have been a bird box.
I'd be like, you got to put the food on the fork for me. I can't hear, see nothing. Yeah, so no, she was cool about it though. So, man, but okay. Well, I think that was it. So let's move to this or that. I think a couple of us have this or that. I think we'll just do a couple since there's so many of us tonight. So
I don't have one, so I feel that for y'all.
Okay, I'll bow out too. So, but who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
All right, go ahead, ladies first.
This or that. Be tackled by Jadeveon Clowney at full speed, or take a free kick to the face kicked by Cristiano Ronaldo.
How far away?
I know.
I know we always make it complicated, but how far away?
Hey, I'm getting tackled. You hit my face, so I take the tackle. Shit.
Also, is this South Carolina Jadeveon Clowney or last year Seattle Jadeveon Clowney?
Right.
I'll make this
I'm already ugly, so you ain't gonna mess my face even more up now. So I'll take the tackle.
Why resistance that's always hurt? I don't.
That could be brain damage though. The soccer kick from Ronaldo. I think I'm gonna have to take the tackle too. Am I in pads too?
You asking a lot of questions.
I know I'm asking so many questions. I'm sorry.
Throw the whole thing away. You make it so complicated every time.
I'm sorry.
I'm taking a tackle because here's the thing with the tackle, you can brace your body.
Right.
You can't brace your face. Like that ball. Have you seen Ronaldo's legs? No, fam. I'm sorry, dog. Homeboy can kick a soccer ball full field. I can't do it. Not to my face. This is my moneymaker, fam. I can't. Nah.
I'm taking the potential of being paralyzed over being a vegetable. I'd rather not be able to move my arms than be gone.
Yeah, I was brain dead.
Daryl's friendly with it. Wow. But no, that was.
Myra, what would you do? You asked it. What would you do?
Oh yeah, Myra, what's yours?
I played soccer all through high school. I lettered all 4 years in soccer, and no matter where you take a ball to in your body, it stings and hurts so bad. So I would take a tackle. Like Strizzy said, you can kind of brace yourself for a tackle.
Just tighten up.
Oh man. I got hit in the shoulder by a ball, and my shoulder hurt after that. Like, yeah, no, I'm not taking it.
It's like current year roughing the passer rules, and he can't put his body weight on me. We're good.
Yeah, right. I agree, though. I've actually been kicked I've been hit in the face with a soccer ball by a normal human being, and it's almost like lights out, dog. It hurts so bad. So like Ronaldo, nah, can't do it.
All right, who's next? That was a good one though. That was a funny one. That was a good one.
I'm gonna do video game questions. So every year, from the same times every year, we come out with NBA 2K and Madden. So my this or that is 2K or Madden.
Dang,
what's your guilty pleasure?
2K.
Dang, that's a hard one.
2K.
My player is so much better on 2K than Madden, and that's what I enjoy playing.
True.
Oh, the little story mode and all that?
Yeah.
Directed by Spike Lee?
But honestly though, Trevor, lately it's been getting watered down a little bit, man. I think 2016 and 2017 was really good, but after that it started getting kind of like corny. So
yeah,
go ahead.
sorry. No, I agree with you. The actual story itself has gotten corny.
Yeah.
I mean, if I really had to pick, it would be MLB The Show, because you actually get to play through the minor leagues and stuff like that. That's cool.
But you gotta play. That's only on PlayStation, though, right?
Right.
Anthony says
I don't get that though. Why they don't make it on Xbox too, man? I want to play baseball games.
Exclusive.
Contracts, man. Contracts.
Supposed to expire in like the next year or so, but who knows if it'll get renewed.
Xbox isn't powerful enough to get the show. You know, it's not powerful enough for the best for America's pastime.
Get out of here.
No, I'm playing. Anthony Weston says 2K.
I would say Madden. I don't know. I just like. I think I have more friends I play with on Madden. So 2K, I love 2K too. But like you said, 2K does have a lot of other things you can play, like my player, the owner part, all that. It has a lot of things. But I like this to play like how we grew up just playing that. We didn't grow up playing like the other leagues. We just played the game. But now people buy 2K just to do the storyline. Like they don't even play like a regular simulation game no more. So I'm an old school. I like to play. I'm gonna buy the game. I'm gonna play that way it's made for too. You know. So
doesn't the new Madden have like extra little games? Like they have like
yeah, but it's not like you go to my park and play your boys. Some people play my park the whole time. They don't play like, but on Madden, you actually have to play the game too. You mean the football? You can't just play somebody like catch or nothing like that. You still gotta play the actual game.
No, but the thing I'm talking about, isn't there like some like all-star KO or something like that on Madden? Because my kids,
Blitz. Yeah, it's like Blitz, but I don't play that. Yeah.
So my kids are like, "Oh, I got Quavo on my team," and I'm like, "The hell?"
Yeah, that's for that generation. I don't do all that. It's too hard.
I try getting into Ultimate Team, but I don't know. Never really got into it.
The Ultimate thing is too confusing for me, but
I do wish they would do like 2K, because 2K has old school teams on there, like it's always on there. But man, you gotta buy these cards.
You gotta get the players one at a time.
They should have like the 95 Cowboys on there, the 92 Cowboys, or the 85 Bears. They should have the actual players on there, you know. So they don't do that. But I didn't know. Also, I have one of my buddies. He played for the Jets. I didn't know they get a check for being on the game. I didn't know that.
As part of the players' union negotiation, and they're using their likeness. So,
because like he gets paid like $8,000 anytime he's on the game. But he said like Tom Brady gets more because he's a bigger name. So
they almost have like tiers within the structure.
He told me, yeah. I didn't know they got paid to be on the game. I didn't know that though. I thought they was just on there because it's NFL, but I didn't know that. So,
stay.
But yeah, but I would say Madden though.
Myra, did you say?
I didn't pick one.
Do you play video games?
I haven't played in a while. I'm gonna be honest. I sit there and like my boys ask me to coach them and run their plays. Like, what do you think I should run now? I'm like, okay, you're on 2nd and 10. I think you should definitely go for pass.
Gotcha.
But no, I really don't play anymore. I used to play Call of Duty all the time and Halo when Halo was cool. And I just aged myself a little bit, but
you really did.
Halo was popping. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the only reason I ever bought an Xbox, honestly, because that was the only game I couldn't get.
Yeah, that's the only reason. Oh, okay.
If it wasn't for that, brother, never Xbox touched my hands. I'm PlayStation for real.
If I have to pick one though, I would say Madden, just because there's so much more strategy to the game of playing football. Like the actual running of your plays, you running the football, choosing routes, so on and so forth. So I would say Madden.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
That's gonna be dope.
Anthony, Weston said that MLB The Show is coming from Xbox starting next year.
I hope that's true.
Yeah, I knew that contract was expiring soon, but I didn't know it was that soon.
But I agree with Myra. I agree with you. I like Madden probably more. I actually would play Madden more. My dad plays Madden, and he's dope. We set up a Cowboys franchise. So, but I was telling Strizzy before, too, I have, like, unopened Gronkowski Madden. I have, like, years of Madden and NBA 2K that are just still wrapped in the plastic. Wow. I still got the Anthony Davis one. I still got the Kobe one. I still got a few of them that I just basically I would buy it every year, but I would never actually open it and start playing it. Wow. So I would have to say Madden if I had to pick. But honestly, FIFA Oh, I can show you guys like a whole drawer full of games that I'm like, I'm gonna play this.
2K17 unopened.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Trevor on the same wavelength. You know,
How do you all do that? Like
2K18 still sealed.
I still got the
NCAA with
why not play
it? What are you
exactly.
I have good intentions.
Too many damn games. That's my problem.
Oh.
I buy games with the intent of playing them, and then I play so many other things that I never get back to the ones that I want to play. But I usually get these on Black Friday when they're like $20, as opposed to
right. You just buy like 3 or 4 games at a time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that too, though, because I got like all these different like God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2 and all these games that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play this one day, and I never play it.
I stopped buying the physical games because my kids, I remember I had the Madden with.
I also have the Gronk one sealed.
Yeah,
that's crazy. But yeah, I had the last time I bought a physical game was the one with Age of Pieces on the cover. I think it was called Madden 10 or whatever, or 20. No, was it 20? It was a weird number. But Age of Pieces was on there. My son, he got it and he scratched it all up and everything. I said never again. So I always do the digital download now.
Yeah.
So that's the only way I do that now.
That makes it easier.
But they were talking about like a couple of years ago. I know my boy Anthony gonna remember this, where they were trying to have Xbox and PlayStation play each other, which would be smart because everybody don't have the same thing. But that would be kind of cool. You could play somebody the same thing on PlayStation. You don't have to be Xbox to Xbox, you know. So that would have been cool if they would have made that happen. But I don't think they're gonna do it now. But that would have been cool.
They're starting cross-platform.
They said they
exclusive. Cross-platform right now. You could play PC, PlayStation, and Xbox all together.
Right now?
Right now. Call of Duty.
Right, but not on the other game. Just like on the fighting game, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's just Call of Duty. Is Fortnite cross-platform as well? See, I don't play it, so I don't know.
They started already. Okay, that's kind of cool then.
Yeah.
But yeah, because instead of using like your gamer tag or whatever, the PSN login, things like that, you actually have a login in Madden and a tag for that. Or not Madden, sorry, on my mind. Call of Duty.
I mean, that just crosses everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can join a party and you can cross-party chat in the game, but obviously if you're in like an Xbox private chat, you can't, private chat with someone that's in PlayStation, so you actually have to be in the lobby chat.
Have they noticed any, like, does one platform or another have an advantage? Do people complain at all or anything like that?
Complain about mouse and keyboard on computer.
That's better, right?
Yeah, you just have like a mobility,
Oh, okay.
I used to play Day of Defeat and Counter-Strike. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody knows that old stuff. When I first played Counter-Strike on the computer, I was pretty decent, but then I didn't realize the first time I played that when you died, you didn't come back. You had to wait for the whole game to be over. And like I think they do that now with one of these new games. I'm like, I can't do that. I don't know the attention span for that. Like I need to go back in.
Yeah, Valorant just came out, which is pretty much like Counter-Strike, but it's more cartoony and you have abilities. But yeah, you die and you have to wait for the next round.
Yes, I'm not good enough. You know what I'm saying? I never can keep up with these games. So I need to be able to go back in. All right. Trevor, do you have a this or that you want to do with us?
I do. Keep it in the spirit of my beloved baseball that's not coming back.
Wait, real quick. Let's look at this comment real quick. This Counter-Strike, man, my dormant Mizzou, the whole building. That's what's up. At the LAN parties, probably everybody connecting up. And it was crazy back in the day.
Yeah, Counter-Strike 1.6 was the business. But anyways, keeping the theme of baseball, National League or American League.
Dang.
The only real glaring difference is a DH or make your pitcher hit.
Well, I was going to ask you real quick though. Do you have any? They're going to get rid of the DH.
Really?
I mean, I'm sorry. They're going to make the DH universal within the next.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't like that either because I'm old school.
Why not? Doesn't that make it fair though?
Yeah, but that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun. It's like in the National League, you have that extra spot. Your pitchers kind of can hit, but sometimes you could do a double switch. You could do different things, and then in the American League, when you go over there, you get that extra roster spot. And now all of a sudden you don't have to play your slugger at first base.
Is that what Big Pop did for the Red Sox?
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm gonna say
obviously I'm biased. National League.
JR in the building. What's good?
What up, JR?
Yeah.
What's up, Jay?
I have to go American League. I'm with Anthony. Anthony says American League. I'm biased as a Royals fan. Me too. That's my squad, so I got to ride with that.
I was always a big Atlanta Braves fan, so they are national. Before I said it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm looking stupid saying, hey, they American. What are you talking about?
It's hard to remember sometimes because it's not geographic or anything like that. So it is kind of weird, but
right.
I would say
I'm biased for the Cubs.
I would say I don't like the DH. I want to say the American League because they have to bat for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like the pitcher has to bat for himself, for himself.
Yeah, in the NL, yeah.
Yeah, that's National League, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, National League. My bad.
And this is kind of exciting when a pitcher hits a home run or when they get on base and then they wear their jacket on base. I love that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It's so cool.
Because last year, I think it was last year, one of the games that my Padres played the Diamondbacks, and my fiance is a Diamondbacks fan. She's from Arizona. Zach Greinke hit 2 damn home runs on us back to back. That's supposed to be an easy out, and he's the one that's cranking all the runs in. I think he had like 2 home runs and 6 RBIs and 2 at bats, and I just had to sit there and watch. And I'm sure she was happy. I wasn't.
And take it.
Right. Hey, all I know is how to take it because damn, my San Diego teams have never done me good.
All right. Well, I think did everybody answer that one though? I think that's it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll move on to our final say. I mean, we just kind of I didn't have anything specific. I just was gonna reserve this for like our special guests. If you guys want to say anything, or if you guys want to wrap this up at all, I don't know. But I think that's all we really had for this week. Oh, one other thing I was gonna say. Still shout out to Refix for always hooking it up, always riding with us. Shout out to Muylicious Muys. That giveaway that we did last week was really cool. We had a lot of fun with that. We are going to do some more giveaways in the future, but we're going to try to partner with some more small businesses like that to try to make it something that's kind of fun and unique and something that's authentic from us to our viewers. So we're gonna try to get that going for everybody. Also, we want to say we appreciate Trevor for being our Slacker of the Week this week, our special guest.
Yes, sir.
And we'll definitely be getting more of our, more of our different friends and family and loved ones to kind of interact with us and come on. So we appreciate you always being brave and bold and out there and always writing for us too. So
stay tuned, Anthony.
Yeah, exactly.
And then also, Mara, you want to do the podcast at your mom's house and get moms on there. Bring her laptop to mom's house. Taco Tuesday.
I was listening in when y'all shouted me out. She thought she was so awesome.
What's up, Jamie?
By the way, we have to say, Jamie, shout out Jamie. It was awesome, I'm sure, to see the Padres get beat out like that. That's what's up. Anthony says send Hosper back to the Royals.
Oh no.
He's like,
I just want to give a special shout out to @rep.shop for my awesome t-shirt.
That's dope.
There we go.
Yeah, they are actually supporting the movement and making they are, with any purchase of a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, they are donating proceeds to the cause, to the movement. I thought it was super cool how they packaged it. And I'll put it on my story later, so check that out. And you can follow them at rep.shop. But they put it in a cool little package, and it had like this little message in it. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna put you up there real quick. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll read it to you all. It has 2 hands and it says together. It says, thank you for your purchase. Proceeds will go to the Black Lives Matter Fund. Remember, if God is within you, you will not fall, from Psalms 46:5. So I thought that was such an awesome, positive message to receive, and the fact that they're giving back just makes it so much better as well.
Definitely.
Awesome.
I like how your nails are matching your shirt too. I seen your nails. That's kind of
my nails. Yeah.
Can you button a shirt with those nails?
Can I button a shirt?
Yeah.
Marcus.
No, I'm saying, cause how do you grip the button? I always want to.
Marcus, these are more for show than for functionality.
All show, no go.
I always wanted to ask somebody with those long nails, like, how do you do stuff with those, you know?
To button a shirt, I have to like grab the button with like my fingers and like twist it through.
Oh, okay.
If that makes any type of sense.
Thank you for asking that question. I always wanted to ask that. So thank you.
Cannot pick up coins off the floor. So like if a quarter falls on the floor,
I can't do that either though, because my fingers is just fat. Anyway,
I think you can't even the wall grabber machine. She's got to come out 3-way.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about
the crack in the floor.
I got nothing for you, buddy.
I gotta scrape it towards the crack in the floor. You know what I'm saying, or get it up against the wall.
Same thing. Drag it to the wall. The side of the table. Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, one more comment from
that's true. Yep.
It didn't even mess with their aerodynamics. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Flojo, man. Not trying to be, I gotta say something crazy, but Flojo was fine, man. I'm
just saying. That's not crazy, Marcus.
I'm just saying, I know she's gone and everything, but she was, yeah, she was something to look at. Cause when I'm from the South, like the track meets, they didn't wear those shorts. They wore like the track thing, and they was like
singlet.
Let's go to the track meets.
No, it's like the little bikini bottom and the
no shorts.
Yeah,
so I'm just saying they changed now, because but yeah, I used to like track in high school.
I'm here for it.
My parents were like, "The hell you gonna play volleyball with them little ass shorts? The way you were built."
Man, look, volleyball shorts might be the best shorts ever. I'll just throw that out there. Right, we did some ASU games.
Sorry. I apologize to the viewers. I didn't mean to do that. Just.
I don't know what they're talking about, Jamie. I promise.
I'm sorry about that, Jamie. I'm sorry. And then my wife might be watching too. I didn't mean anything.
I have never been to a volleyball game. Don't know nothing about track meets.
Sorry about that.
Jamie, I'm sticking to it. Jamie, I'm sticking to it. Trevor's bachelor party is going to be held at a church. We go to church. We're going to celebrate with the Lord.
Revival?
There's going to be some spirit. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're going to get right, Jamie. I promise. We're going to get right.
Oh, man. All right, cool. Well, I guess that's it. I don't know. Is that anything else you want to say?
Can't wait for basketball, man. We can't wait, man.
Right, we're excited. We have a date to look forward to, so that's awesome. But yeah, thank you everybody for rocking with us. Thank you everybody that's listening on the podcast and all that. We appreciate you. I am AW.
It's your boy Strizzy.
It's your girl Myra May.
Oh, you know who I am, Trevor.
I hope people can read, but I am Trevor.
All right, that's what's up, and that is SLAC this week. Thank y'all. Peace out.
Peace.
Oh wait, I didn't even get the
the ending part.